me, Katie. Welcome back to the Spotlight. Today I am throwing it back to one of my all-time favorite video concepts, which is dressing like bratz dolls. I first tried this out in October 2017 when the trend was kind of first re-emerging. I would say that it peaked about 2019, and although we're still seeing Y2K today, I do feel like it's starting to fall out of favor just a little bit. But as someone who grew up with bratz and pretty much learned everything they know about fashion through them, it's not a trend to me. This is definitely a lifestyle choice. I mean, have you ever heard of a tagline that suited me better than don't theorize, accessorize? You know I live by that. And since 2021 was their 20th anniversary, I felt like I needed to sneak this in just before the year ended. Before we get into the looks, I want to give a huge thank you to today's video sponsor who has been helping me access more of my favorite content throughout the year, award-winning VPN Surfshark. So pretty much the version of Netflix you see can be completely different depending on where you live. But with Surfshark, you're able to quickly and easily change your location settings and instantly have access to a ton more content. You already know I've spent most of my time signed into either Singapore or Thailand because they offer an insane number of animes that they actually seem to keep up to date. I can use it to watch RuPaul's Drag Race without having to purchase a separate streaming account. And that's sort of part of the fun of it. You can find a country that best suits everyone's taste, which is great if you share your Netflix account with multiple people, because Surfshark actually offers unlimited devices under just one account. And on top of that, of course, you're always ensuring your privacy and safety online because Surfshark protects all of your personal information. You can use my code SPOTLIGHT for 83% off plus 4 extra months for free. And since Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can try it all risk-free via the link on screen and down below in the description box. And just an extra special thank you to them for supporting the channel throughout all of 2021. It really does mean a lot to me, and I really hope that you guys have been able to enjoy their services just as much as I have. But for now, let's get on into these looks. I don't know about you guys, but for me, one of the most iconic collections is always going to be Wintertime Wonderland. I guess I'm just a big fan of that snow bunny sort of aesthetic, the pastels, the faux fur, everything is layered to perfection, and all the girls match in so nicely with one another. And I do feel like this outfit too would slip in seamlessly. Something I forgot to mention is that I'm not taking inspiration from any one particular doll. I'm just going with my own interpretation of the collection's theme. I don't know, I just think you get to have more fun with it this way because you can be a little bit more creative and put your own spin on things. I love how the baby blue baby pink combo turned out, and of course all of the white fluffy accessories really bring it together, although I do feel like I need to invest in some more dramatic leg warmers to really make this pop. Potentially a less well-known collection because none of the original girls were actually in this line, but as a kid I loved the Sweetheart collection, probably because as a Libra I have never not been in love, but also just a sucker for the red and pink color combo. Some things never change. Actually, both things have never changed. You knew immediately I would be reaching for this heart top, no regrets there. I teamed it up with this really thick belt mini skirt, which I like, but I almost wish it was denim instead, just to add a bit more of a softness to the look. The red beret and fishnets though are a divine addition, if I do say so myself. Bratz Pixiez was slightly after my prime time, but I still wanted to include it today because I really do enjoy the styling concept. A really big theme for this one was a skirt or dress worn over jeans, which obviously is also something we saw a lot in the 2000s. So to stay somewhat true to the original but still be something I'd be comfortable wearing today, I switched out the jeans for just a plain black flare pant. To me this feels more within my comfort zone because it's more similar to wearing a pair of leggings rather than another full-on pair of pants. And I really love this deeper color palette. It's giving me those forest fairy vibes that I was after. Look, if I see an opportunity to wear a plaid skirt, I'm gonna take it. So here we are with inspiration from Bratz class / back to school. The girls were all pretty much just wearing mini skirts and some form of t-shirt, so the base is very simple. Typically I'd reach for red in this situation, but I wanted to switch things up a little bit, so I opted for yellow and then bought in red through my accessories with the necktie and the belt. Once I threw on this denim jacket that has a very distinct Y2K feel to it with the zip up, I kind of felt like Anna from the OC, if you guys have seen that, which I love her quirky style, so it made me fall in love with this look even more. Low-rise bootcut denim jeans are always going to be a staple when referring to this era of fashion. Honestly though, I don't know how they did it. This was so incredibly uncomfortable when I had to sit down just to put my shoes on. Like, How did you wear this all day? This could probably fit into the Express It collection, but honestly, Bratz had a lot of looks that featured denim and these warm, earthy tones. And once I put on the hat and jacket, I was also feeling very Lizzie McGuire, more so in the movie. But Sam, who has no knowledge of any of this, said that this look reminded him of if Bungo Stray Dogs was set in the early 2000s and I was the assistant for Rumpo in the detective agency. So there's that too, you know, a little bit of something for everyone. I thought I'd just slip this one in here to go back to back with this same sort of color palette. It's kind of inspired by Wild Wild West or rodeo themes, but honestly, I'm feeling very underwhelmed, which is very upsetting because usually I love a yeehaw cowgirl moment. I don't know, I feel like all the individual elements feel like something you would see on a Bratz doll, but for me, the accessories just weren't really coming together. It also didn't help that the fit of this top just wasn't working out for me. Like, my boobs aren't big enough, but I can't size down because otherwise it's too tight along the ribs. So I don't know. Another collection I adored was Tokyo A Go-Go, probably again thanks to the insane layering. These dolls just had such a fun energy to them, so I wanted to be a bit more playful with my choice of colors and also silhouettes. The choice of purple, orange and green is such a vibrant combination, but since the pants do have a plaid pattern to them and the dress is in a sheer texture, it definitely downplays it a little bit to feel less color blocky. Plus, it kind of felt like bonus points since I did actually purchase the pants and dress when I was in Tokyo. For me, when I'm working with so much color, I find the easiest way to make it more wearable is to bring in either black or white to really ground the look. So obviously that's exactly what I did. And of course, to finish things off, I had to throw in some more funky kind of accessories. You know what? I am well aware that it kind of looks like a troll just threw up on me, but looking past that, I think that this could work for formal funk, despite none of the girls wearing something like this. I don't know how well you can tell on camera, but majority of the dress is actually beaded, which is that perfect amount of glitz and glamour I think you need for this sort of concept. The chunky heels as well, I mean, come on now, this is a Bratz signature, and I feel like the skinny scarf is also a great addition. Honestly, I don't know why these ever go out of style for me. They are such a convenient accessory. I feel like they always work. And if you were to actually wear something like this out, I think putting on either a bright pink or purple eyeshadow would just complete the look. When I mentioned most iconic collections before, I had a feeling a lot of you might be thinking Rock ANGELZ, so of course we had to add her into the mix too. Since we've discovered low-rise jeans aren't my personal favorite thing, I decided to go for their alternate outfits instead, which featured a lot of snake print, mini skirts, red, which hello, we are very much giving. I actually think this little zip-up top is one of my best buys this year. I've gotten so much wear out of it. It's very simple, but it adds a lot to the look. Of course, to carry on that faux leather theme, I also have the jacket, the chunky belt, and these insane flame shoes. Imagine me with Christina Aguilera-esque dirty era hair. I mean, it would be over for these bitches. I am taking you from high highs to low lows right now because I cannot express how frustrated I am at myself for not adding a belt. If I simply added a belt, this look would still be killer. Oh, and I totally forgot to mention, this is inspired by the Treasures collection, so kind of like their pirate theme, I guess. The striped socks were an absolute must, and since these were the ones I had, they kind of dictated the color scheme for the rest of the outfit. I do really like the layering I did. I mean, I got 3 shirts on and 2 skirt situations as well, but unfortunately not having a belt and maybe just a few more necklaces as well is really letting it down. For me at least, I mean, this is coming from like a maximalist point of view, I guess. But at least you can't tell me it's not giving pirate. I wasn't sure whether to include this or not because obviously Slumber Party isn't really a full outfit, but it's still very sweet, so I wanted to give it a go. Personally, I always end up being just an oversized shirt pajama person, but I aspire to reach these levels one day. The baby pink is so cute and the robe really brings that drama that I live for. I don't know what to say, I'm not used to talking about sleepwear, but in my memory, this was another iconic collection. They even had a bit of merch for it, like the cushions. I remember my friend had one and I was so jealous, so I just wanted to throw this in here. One thing I've noticed about Bratz is if they have a successful collection, they're not afraid to revisit it. So since Wintertime Wonderland was my personal favorite, I figured I would try out their B-list option as well, which I would say is Campfire. Similar with the winter layering, but instead of going for those pastel tones, they have more vibrance to them. I don't know, there's a lot going on here, but for some reason I do really like it. I think if the coat was a little bit more fitted or maybe in a vest form, things wouldn't be so overwhelming. I highly doubt anyone would actually wear this camping, but you know what? Let her have some fun. I wanted to try my hand at another more formal look that seemed more similar to something the girls would actually wear. I think this might work for either girls' night out crossed with princess collection. The strapless tiered ruffle dress is such a fun and flirty silhouette to play around with, and then adding on that faux fur shawl really brings the glamour element back into things too. And of course I had to add a tiara for good measure. Bratz Safari was another one that really stood out to me as a kid. I think it was probably because I was such a Destiny's Child stan and it always reminded me of the styling for Survivor. There was a lot of camo and animal print, two patterns that already on their own are considered quite tacky, but you guys know I never shy away from that, so I decided to just double down and team them together. I was actually surprised by how much I like this look, although I have a feeling that not many people would feel the same about it. It almost gives that vibe of like, you didn't want to try too hard at the Halloween party. Pretty and Punk is another one I see referenced a lot, and for good reason. They serve some looks. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a London crossover as well, which perhaps is why they featured so many items that had like a raincoat sort of texture to them. And this was one of the collections I actually did in my original Bratz video, and I'm even wearing the exact same pants, which I think is kind of cool to see that I rewear items over such a long period of time. Plus, it's kind of eye-opening to see just how far my styling has come. There's no doubt there's a lot more going on with my look this time around. Not only are there more accessories, but I also layered on this half skirt and my iconic matrix coat, literally one of my best thrift finds ever. $10, and I've never stopped wearing it. It is a little bit more dramatic than the one the girls wear, but I think it still works. I'd love to hear from you guys about which Bratz collections you think are the best of the best, as well as which outfits you enjoyed the most from me here today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you really, really soon. Bye!